I should never have gone back to the hospital. It had been closed for over 20 years, its windows boarded up, its halls left to rot. But some places don't stay silent forever. I was a young doctor when the facility shut down. At the time, no one gave us answers. The patients were transferred, the staff dismissed, and the building was abandoned almost overnight. We were told it was for the budgetary reasons. But even then, I knew there was more. There was a file I was never allowed to see. A patient whose name no one dared to mention. The others whispered about him in the cafeteria, their voices low, eyes darting to the corners of the room. They didn't call him by name. They only called him the last patient. I returned years later with nothing but a flashlight and my old set of keys. The lock gave way with little resistance, as if the building had been waiting for me. Inside, the smell hit me first. Rot mixed with the sharp sting of disinfectant that lingered even after decades. My footsteps echoed through the empty hall, each creak of the floorboards reminding me that I was not welcome here. The ward stretched out in both directions, their doors half open, revealing fragments of lives left behind. A child's doll missing one eye. A wheelchair rusted in place. Faded graffiti scrawled in a patient's desperate hand, "They watch me." They never stop watching. The deeper I went, the louder the silence became. Then came the sound. A soft rolling, like wheels moving across tile. I froze, the beam of my flashlight trembling against peeling paint. The corridor ahead was empty, but I could still hear it. A gurney, being pushed just out of sight. I forced myself onward, down toward the old records room. Papers littered the floor, yellowed and crumbling. Most files had been destroyed or stolen long ago. But one drawer remained locked, untouched by scavengers. And somehow, my key still fit. Inside was a single folder. Thick, worn, stained with age. Across the front, stamped in red ink. Patient 6. Restricted. I opened it. There was no name. No date of birth. No photo. Just sparse notes scrawled in hurried handwriting, : refuses to eat. Refuses to speak, except in whispers directed at the mirror. Claims reflection moves independently. Staff unsettled. Avoid prolonged exposure. All attending physicians requested transfer. Denied. Patient must not be left alone after midnight. The final note stopped me cold. Staff missing. Recommend permanent isolation. The page ended there. No signature. I should have left then. I should have dropped the file and walked out. But instead, I went to Ward C. The door to room 6 was locked, heavy chains looped around the handle. My keyring didn't hold the answer. Yet as I stood there, I heard it. Faint, deliberate. Knock. Knock. Someone, or something, was inside. I staggered back, breath shallow, when I saw the mirror. It leaned against the wall opposite the door, its surface cracked in a web of fractures. For a moment, I saw myself. Flashlight in hand, eyes wide with fear. Then my reflection smiled. I didn't. I stumbled, dropping the file, pages scattering across the floor. The reflection tilted its head. Movements jagged. Unnatural, as though mocking me. I forced my eyes shut. And when I opened them again, the glass was empty. Only darkness stared back. I don't remember deciding to stay. Maybe I was too afraid to leave. Maybe the hospital wouldn't let me. I set up my old recorder, telling myself I would capture proof, something I could show the world. Midnight came. The clock on the wall, long dead, began to tick. The air grew heavy, pressing against my chest. My flashlight dimmed, then blinked out. And from the darkness, I heard breathing. Not mine. Slow. Raspy. Right behind me. I turned. Nothing. Then a whisper, soft, inside my ear, "You shouldn't have opened my file." I dropped the recorder, its red light still blinking as shadows moved along the walls. They crawled upward, stretching long arms across the ceiling. I backed away, but the hall had changed. Doors were gone. Only endless black. From the far end, a figure emerged. Thin. Pale. Its face blurred, as though erased from existence. It carried nothing, yet its hands twitched, as if clutching invisible chains. It stepped closer. The whispering grew louder, overlapping, voices upon voices spilling from a mouth that never moved. My skin burned where the words touched me, carving into my thoughts. I screamed. The sound died in my throat. The figure raised its hand. And the mirror appeared again, standing in the corridor where it had not been. In its cracked surface, I saw myself. But older, drained, eyes hollow. And standing behind me was patient 6. The reflection moved closer, pressing its hand to the glass. My own hand rose without command. The surface felt cold, then liquid, pulling me in. I woke hours later. Or maybe days. The hospital was silent again. The file was gone. The recorder lay shattered at my feet. I left. I don't remember how. But sometimes, when I look into a mirror too long, I see him. Standing just over my shoulder. Waiting. They called him the last patient. But the truth is, he was never discharged. And now, maybe, neither am I. Thank you for listening to The Last Patient. If you enjoyed this story, remember, never look too long into the dark. And never, ever, open the file that isn't meant for you.